Okay, cool. Let me share that screen again so you can see it. Welcome everyone to our team call. We have an amazing guest speaker tonight. I'm so excited to hear from her. But before we do that, I want to welcome all of our new April coaches. So if you see your name up here or you see the name of somebody who you invited to be a part of our team, give them a little shout out in the little chat on the bottom. We're so excited that you're here, and this list just continues to grow and grow and grow every time we get on a call, which is super exciting. And I do see some new names up here that are also on our Success Club board, which is amazing that you're brand new and you're already doing the thing. So shout out to you if that is you. I know that we have a lot of new coaches, so every team call I do start off by kind of just going over these basic things. I know you can see them here on the screen, so I'm not going to read everything, but if you are brand new and this is your first call, this is a great starting place. Hey, Jess.
Hi.
You want to make sure, first and foremost, that you are getting yourself results. That's what we do as coaches. Like, get results like it's your job, because it is. That's like what I like to say about it. And we are literally so blessed that that is part of our job, to get to work on ourselves and be the best version of ourselves that we can be. And in doing that, you'll be practicing what are called the 4 vital behaviors, which you can see up here. One of those vital behaviors, inviting, we're going to talk a lot about tonight. So I'm not going to go into detail with that. But these things are things that you should be doing on a daily routine. And also, I've been doing live power hours at 2 p.m. I know it's like a weird time, but I feel like it kind of works now, given the circumstances. We're all kind of home around that time. So if you want to hop on a call just like this, we use this link 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm on there. Randy's on there. Lindsay was on there the other day. L'Oreal was on there. And it's just a really great way to do the vitals together. And if you are brand new, it's a great way to learn how other coaches are doing things and how things are working for them. So if you want to hop on, they're at 2 p.m. again. Everyone is welcome to hop on those, and I will be doing those. I'll be doing it again tomorrow as well. But basically, you know, you're showing up on your own journey. You're sharing this with other people, because how awesome is this? Obviously, you're excited about it if you're on this call. You're going to help other people get results, and then also doing your personal development, which is key. If you're not working on your mindset, it's really easy to let little things bother you in this business. So working on your mindset every single day, whether it's a podcast or you know, an audio book, if you like to listen to stuff, or if you want to read an actual book, like a paper book, you can do that. But it's important that it's personal and you're developing. So you're actually implementing it in your life. How can I apply this to my business? How can I apply this to my life? What can I share with my team that I learned today? What can I share with a friend? You know, what can I post on social media based on what I read today? It's something that's enriching for you and also allows you to help other people as well. One of your goals as a coach is to help at least 3 people every single month, whether you are here to build a 6-7 figure business, which is possible, or if you are here to just pay for your Shakeology every month. It starts with Success Club, and that just means you're helping at least 3. Obviously, if you have big, big goals and you want to retire from your job someday and you want to build your dream home and whatever it is, maybe you want to pay for your wedding, you're going to be probably helping more than 3 people a month. But if you're just getting started, it's a great goal to shoot for in the beginning, to just kind of get your feet wet helping people. And once you help that first person, you're going to want to continue to help more people, and it's just going to kind of be like a domino effect from there. One of your first rank goals is called Emerald. A lot of you on this call have already hit that, which is amazing. And those of you who haven't yet, it's super simple. It's just 2 people. And doing that is going to unlock so many other awesome like earning potential and other really cool things that you get as an Emerald coach that you do not get as a coach rank. So if you have no idea what that is, reach out to your coach. They'll explain it to you. They'll go into detail and they'll tell you why it's important. But it's something that whether you're here to build a huge business or you're just here to pay for your shakes, it's the first thing you really have to do to kind of get your business off the ground. And if you do help 3 people in your first 3 out of your first 6 months, so it's always a little bit confusing, but if you think of this month, you have April, May, June, July, August, September. Wow, that sounds so far away. That's 6 months. If you help at least 3 people in 3 of those 6 months, you are what's called a success starter. Typically, you'd get a ticket to Summit. Unfortunately, there is no Summit this year, but I'm sure they'll probably do it where you get one for next year. And then you also get to be in a test group.
No, I'm guessing she's on the phone with her.
And you're in a test group for like a brand new program. And I've been in one before, and it's really amazing. It's something that I highly recommend. If you ever have the opportunity to be in a test group, definitely take that. You get to work like one-on-one with the trainer, and you're the first people to do the program. It's really awesome. And then just make sure that you are completing your new coach launch plan. You know, that's what you got from your coach when you signed up. It's really going to help you lay the foundation for your business. I know this might be repetitive if you've been on these calls before, but I do this in the beginning because the whole point, as you're a new coach, you're signing up new coaches, you want to get them on these calls so that they know how to get started. So that's why I do this. I know some of you are like, oh my God, I hear you say the same thing every week. You can hop on a little bit later if you don't want to hear it every week, but I do this for a reason. I do this because I want to duplicate what you guys are doing. And I want it to be a place where you can invite your coaches on and they can feel like they know what to do when they leave this call. They can leave this call with some actionable items that they can apply right away. All right, so let's get into our Success Club leaders. On our locked in side of the board, we have Audrey, Carly, which are super brand new coaches, so congratulations to you. We have myself, Natalie, Savannah, and Sydney. I think Sydney is new too because I don't recognize that name. So congratulations to you if you were on the locked in side. You have locked in Success Club. Keep working though, keep helping more people. I'm gonna start putting how many lives we've changed as a team on this slide. I forgot to do that this week, but I will do that for next week. But we're all here doing the same thing. We're just trying to help as many people as we can. So you're either locked in or you're on the board. That's why there's no numbers next to the name. You know, this is a team effort. And then on the board, we have Allison, Amber, Brittany, Catherine. It's also a new name. Claire, Emmy. I think Claire's new too. If I'm wrong, I mean, our team's just growing so fast, so I can't keep up, which is a good problem to have. Kimberly, Christy, Lauren, Lindsay, Margaret, Mary, Michelle. Oh no, I'm going to say this one wrong. Nikesha. If I said it wrong, I'm sorry. Nicole, Sammy, and Sarah. So if you're on here, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy that you're helping people. And the month is not even close to being over yet, so just keep working hard. We have our team volume leaders. Our top TV earner this week is Natalie Balsamo with 323. And then we have also on the board, Sammy, Savannah, Christy, Mary, Emmy, myself, Sydney, Elizabeth, Brittany, Daniel, Grace, and Demetria. So shout out to you if you're on the volume leaders this week, all of you. We also have our bigger volume board up here. Now this is based off of PV. This is a little bit different. This one was TV. This is team volume. PV is your personal orders and your customer orders. So in the 1,000 Club, we have myself, Sammy, Emmy, Natalie, and Christy. And this was as of Thursday, so I'm sure this is wrong because it just changes every day. But we have in our 500 Club, Savannah, Lauren, and Robin. We also have tons of ladies and dudes up here in our 350 Club, our 250 Club, and our 150 Club. So if you are up here, you are contributing to team volume. You are contributing to team cycle bonus. And if you're up here and you're not an Emerald coach, you're kind of missing out on team cycle bonus. Like you're contributing to it, but you're not collecting it. So make sure you get your butt to Emerald. It's really, really important. You might as well benefit from the hard work that you guys are all doing here. So, our coach of the week is Carly, and I need to ask you how to say your last name so I don't butcher it. So can you tell me how to say it?
It's Greg Locke.
Greg Locke. Okay, that's not what I was going to say. So I'm glad that I asked you. All right, so awesome job this week. And I saw that you got to Emerald and you're working your butt off. I think you actually locked in Success Club too since this board was made. So this is probably outdated as well. Like you guys are just killing it, so I can't keep up. And then we have our April calendar. As always, it's in the team page. Just make sure you know what's going on. You know what team calls are going on. We do have our virtual super weekend this weekend, which is going to be amazing. So make sure that you tune into that. I will be posting the link and all the info for that in the team page, so just look out for that. And then any other things that are going on are also up here. What's new? We have 2 new diamond coaches on our team. So congratulations to Sarah Jennings and Sammy Motts for achieving diamond rank. That's so awesome. We also have a 1-star qualifying coach, which is Miss Natalie. So Sammy hit diamond, which puts Natalie into 1-star qualification. So now when Natalie holds that for 6 weeks, then she will be a 1-star diamond coach. That's how that works with the Star Diamond qualifications if you're not aware of that. But that's such an awesome accomplishment. And I know that that's just one of many stars that are going to be added to Natalie's team this year. And then also I put this here so I didn't forget to do it, because I've been forgetting to do the wheel thingy every single time, but I don't think it's going to even let me click it. Okay, hold on a second. I could do that at the end. Just remind me. The spin wheel for the 100 invite challenge, okay? Somebody remind me before we sign off or I will forget. Okay, Emmy, do you want to remind me? I just see your face, so I'm calling you out. Also, our Zoom now requires a password, so if you're here, you know that, but the one for the morning workouts, the password is RiseUp2020. So if you haven't been able to get on, that could be why. There is a password now for all Zoom accounts for security purposes. What is happening? All right, so our virtual super weekend is this weekend. I'm really excited for this. They're going to be going over product launches. They're going to be talking about bod groups, which looks really, really awesome. If you are using the Challenge Tracker app, you're really going to love this even more. There will be special announcements and super trainers on there. So this is a really great opportunity to hop on there and be a part of this the first time ever. Like, talk about this with your potentials, talk about this with people who are in your challenge group. Like, I'm sure you can invite people to it, because the whole original thing was like, bring a friend to the live event, and now we can't do that, but we can still invite people to hop on this virtual super weekend. So make sure you take advantage of that, and you're sharing that with your challengers, you're sharing that with people who are interested in coaching. They can hop on and be a part of this first ever virtual super weekend event. Obviously, we know 10 rounds is available. Many of you are already doing it, so I don't need to explain this too much. But anything you have a question about, it's FAQ 1010. Bod groups is coming. I'm also not going to go into too much detail about this either, but just know that something really amazing is coming to help you help your challengers better. And they will be talking all about this during Super Weekend. So make sure you hop on and you get in to see that training. It's going to be really great. But the FAQ for that is 7408 if you're writing that down. I don't know what that says. That's French. But we, as you know, we're expanding to France. So there's also going to be, there's like this is all the stuff about the France launch. I don't really know too much about it, honestly, yet. So if you want to learn more about that, FAQ 1887. But just know that we will be there soon, which is really cool. All right, our transformation highlight of the week is Amber Giltner. I wish the photo wasn't chopped to show your results. I don't know, the cropping just was not very good here, but I'm really proud of you for sharing this photo, because you have come so far and your transformation is amazing. And all of those mamas out there, like, I was reading the comments on your post, like, you're inspiring so many people with your transformation. So keep sharing it. Like, people that you don't think are watching you, they always are. So make sure that you are always constantly talking about how you're changing physically, mentally, emotionally. All of that really, it matters so much more than you'd imagine. Level Up Tribe Award, I couldn't pick one because there are 3 ladies who really moved their business forward in the past, last week. So Sarah and Sammy, both of them have achieved diamond rank. So I wanted to give them a special shout out as the Level Up Tribe Award leaders, and also for hitting 1-star qual. I wanted to recognize Natalie as well. So like I said, I couldn't just pick one of them. I'm really proud of all of them. It's really nice to see so many people moving forward, creating that momentum for this team, and we're just going to keep riding that. Like, just keep the excitement up, keep the momentum up, and I can't wait till there's like 50 more faces up here for Diamond. So this is going to be a really exciting year for all of us. And our under 30 shout out is Carly Greiglack. Did I say it right? No, I didn't. You're laughing. I didn't say it right. Greiglack. Okay, I'll get it right.
It's okay.
But she is our under 30 shout out. So an under 30 shout out is a coach who has been a coach for under 30 days, like less than a month. She's hit Success Club. She's hit Emerald. Copper's really excited for you too. And it's just really exciting to see new coaches coming in, crushing it, helping people, and just moving their business forward in their first 30 days. So I wanted to give you a special shout out for that. And if you have anybody else you'd like to recognize, now is the time to do that in the chat. You can type their name in there, give them a little shout out while I stop sharing my screen and introduce our guest speaker. So let me just see. Oh, yeah, you made it, Christy. Hey, I couldn't see you. Alrighty. Now let me just make Copper stop. He's not going to stop. Okay, 1 second here. All right, so our guest speaker tonight, we actually have a mutual friend, Chris Reed, and he had actually told, I don't know if I ever even told you this, he told me about you. He told me about you, and Chris Reed is like a really great person to talk to if you want to talk like building for income, like placement strategies, all that important stuff to help you increase your income earning potential and max out the comp plan. And I've had several calls with him, and that's really where I've learned a lot of what I know about that stuff. But I was talking to him, and he had mentioned you, and I was like, I gotta reach out to this girl because she sounds amazing. And then there was a post in the round table, and I was like, okay, well, wow, this is like the universe telling me I need to reach out to this girl. So that's kind of how we connected, through a mutual friend, and then also through the round table, which is a group for 5-star and above. And tonight she is going to talk about the topic that you all voted for, which I'm glad you voted for that one because that's what I wanted her to talk about too. I'm excited to hear. She's going to talk about how to help more people and invite less. Like, doesn't that sound like a dream? Like, doesn't that sound like, how is that possible? I know that when I heard that, I was like, I would actually like to know that as well. But to give you some background information on our guest speaker, she has hit Success Club 58 months consecutive. So that means she's never missed a month of Success Club in 58 months in a row, which is awesome. Like, when we tell you Success Club's important, Success Club creates momentum, Success Club moves your business forward, we're not kidding. Like, every guest speaker, every person who has talked to you on these calls has hit Success Club. It's a hard thing to say. Success Club consistently in their business, and there's no question why it's important, because you see all of these awesome things these people have been able to do in their business, in their life, helping so many people. We're here to help people, and essentially that's what we're doing here. And when you hit Success Club, you're helping people. So that is super important. She's also a 2-time elite coach, which means her team has locked in elite 2 years. She's also a 5-star diamond coach in her business center, and a 2-star under her husband's account, which is another important plug for getting your spouse signed up. If you haven't already, it's a really great opportunity to grow your business and like help yourself move forward and help your team move forward. It's like a controlled account. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to you because I'm excited to learn how to invite less and help more people. And I'm sure everybody else on this call is too. So I will shut up and I will give you the floor, Miss. I know it's Z, but your full name is.
So yeah, it's Zaina, but I go by Z because Zaina's tough for most people. Zaina. So Z is just easier, and not a lot of people know anyone, with just the letter Z.
And is this your
Munjie's my maiden name.
Okay, because I was like, that's not even your last name. What's going on?
My husband reminds me like every day. It's like, you've never
all right.
So thank you so much for that intro. Your team is crushing it. You guys should all be really proud of yourselves, first of all.
Oh.
And
sorry, I muted you.
I think I got muted. Am I good? Okay. So thank you, Emmy. This is a fun topic for me to talk about, so I'm glad you guys voted for it, because everybody always wants to know, okay, where's the catch, right? I really will teach you guys how to invite less and actually help more people. I will start by saying one thing, and that's my little disclaimer for this, and that's for all of you that are brand new coaches. That is the time to be inviting the brand new coaches, because you've got this huge warm market. And the warm market are the people where, think about it this way. So your neighbor or one of your coworkers that you see every day, all of a sudden starts posting on Facebook that she's started this new company, right? And she's really excited. but she never says a word to you about it when you get to work. You don't find that kind of weird? Like, you're like, that's kind of strange. Like, she won't talk to me about it, but she posts about it and she says she's passionate about it. It's almost awkward if you don't say something. Because if it was anything else, if it was this restaurant that you loved, or if it was a concert that you loved, or anything else, you would tell your coworker about it. So warm market, for all of you who are brand new coaches, you should be inviting your warm market. And I won't even call it an invite because it shouldn't be scripted. You don't have to send it through Facebook Messenger or through Instagram. That warm market, when I first became a coach, is really how I hit Success Club in the beginning, because I was just so excited about all of this. I was sending people to my coach before I became a coach. That's how much I loved this entire program. I wasn't even trying to make money. I'm like, yeah, you guys should all just go sign up. And then I realized, okay, I think I'm missing out on something. So you should be talking to the people in your warm market like you talk to them anyway. So if you talk to your neighbor, well, outside of COVID and quarantine, but on a normal day, if you talk to your neighbor on the lawn outside, then you should invite them on the lawn outside, right? Don't all of a sudden go to Instagram and send them a message, because it's kind of awkward. It's like, why is she sending an Instagram message? So the warm market you want to approach like you always would. If you always text message your sister, then you should text message your sister. If you always talk to your mom on the phone, then you should talk to your mom about what you're doing on the phone. That's the warm market. For me, when I started as a coach, that was the best market for me. And I hear a lot of new coaches saying, but my family's not supportive. Your warm market is so much bigger than just your family. Your warm market is even your hairdresser, right? So I consider all of that my warm market. When about a year and a half into coaching is when that warm market started to get smaller and smaller. Your warm market never really disappears because you're always adding to it. For example, we recently moved to a new home, so I have brand new neighbors. So your warm market actually never goes away forever, but it wasn't as large as it was when I first started. And so that's when I started to reach out to more cold invites. And I remember I read this book. If you haven't read Get Over Your Damn Self, you should, because it's an awesome book. And that was the book that really helped me change my mindset about talking to everyone. And that book gave me a lot of this like drive to go out there and talk to everyone, but I was wasting a lot of time. So I was sending out so many cold invites and I was getting ghosted. And I kept hearing, well, it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. And I'm like, that's fine if it's a numbers game, but my odds need to be a little bit better. I feel like I'm throwing a bunch of toilet paper at the ceiling and just hoping that something sticks. And I also felt like I was sort of burning some bridges with people, right? Like just sending this invite, but nothing is happening. And now these people are almost annoyed from me. Yes, the book is Get Over Your Damn Self. Really, really good book. Okay, so that was when I realized, okay, I've got to approach this a little bit differently. And so what I do today, instead of sending invites, okay, I want to make it very clear that I still talk to people every single day. And I'm going to give you guys the number that I use and that works for me. You have to figure out what works for you. The number I use is 26. So I talk to 26 people a day because back in 2017, I saw training from she's I want to say like a 10-star diamond coach back then. So I'm not sure where she is now, but her name is Haley Christensen. And she said there are 26 lines on a piece of paper. So that's why the number 26. And I thought, okay, I like it. 26 people a day is how many people I talk with, but I don't talk Beachbody. Okay. Now this cannot be I'm just going to wake up and chat with people all day long. You have to have a system in place and you have to make sure you're tracking and holding yourself accountable. If you're using Teamsy, I really like Dough, which is a new one that was originally created just for Beachbody folks. So it's DOUGH, Dough. You can use a program or you can use paper and pencil, but whatever it is, have a system. So for me, it's 26 people that I reach out to. And I talk to 26 people every single day. Religiously, that's my goal. And those 26 people I'm chatting with. If you were to go on my Facebook right now, or you were to go onto my Instagram, you'd say, is this girl really for real? I mean, 90% of her posts are about her daughter. And that's true. I post a lot about my little girl, but I don't just post a picture. I do a lot of stuff that engages people. Okay. Christy, I will tell you more about what those 26 combos are in just a minute. So I do a lot of posts about being a mom. I do a lot of stuff that's outside, post a lot about my life outside of Beachbody, a lot of stuff about my kid, a lot of stuff that's engaging. Like I'll talk about television and screen time. And sometimes I'll give tips or sometimes I'll ask for people's advice, but a lot of stuff that's outside of Beachbody. And I sprinkle probably 10% everything else. So, my shake and my stories, my energize, but that is not the majority of what I'm sharing. And that's because people follow me for all the other stuff. So I'll give you an example. Last week, I had a conversation with a gal for a while that went on all about potty training. And we both have kids the same age that are just getting ready to start potty training. And that was the entire conversation. Never sent an invite. I post my shake every single day. All of a sudden yesterday, she messaged me, but we'd gotten really close talking about potty training. And she says, I need to know what that is because I'm really struggling. Boom, within a few minutes, she had purchased a challenge pack. By following this method, it's also really helped me reduce the number of people that say, yes, send me a link, but they never end up checking out. Do you guys get those, right? They'll just sit in your share cart and never actually check out. It's helped reduce that because these people are asking me. So I get a lot of people that come to me, but it's not random. Like all of us, and I don't do advertisements, you guys. I'm usually hitting between 20 and 30 SC. So I'm not one of those like 50 to 70 that's really, up there, but 20 to 30 is all for my own work and it's nothing paid for, right? So I'm not just getting a bunch of random signups that I don't know. It's not like, here's my link to sign up and then all these people sign up. No, it's all people I've built relationships with, but they come to me because we've talked and we've gotten close about so many other subjects that they'll see my next post at 10% of Beachbody stuff. And they'll say, oh gosh, that girl and I have been talking about potty training so much. I think I want to talk to her about this other stuff too. And that's really how it works. Now, you guys asked me, someone said, what's the 26 names? It does not include follow-ups unless they pop up on there. So let me explain what that means. How do I get my 26 names? I have a book called my brain book. I use Doe, but I use a book for my 26 names. So Doe is where I track what happens, but I have this book and I have the front section tabbed and I have a book for every single year for 2017, 2018, 2019. This is my 2020 book. And on the top, it says Peeps to Peep, just because I thought it sounded fun. And what I do, so I'll give you an example of a cleaner. No, it's not clean. It's just not clean. So I'm just gonna, it's supposed to be all down the row, but I kind of made 2 rows. I go through my posts that I've done in the last like 3 to 4 days. I go through my stories from the last few days. I go through maybe people who've answered my posts. So I'm looking for the people that are engaging with me first. The people who are commenting, the people who are liking, the people who are responding to polls, not polls about Beachbody, polls about anything. It does not matter. I look for those people first, and all I do is I write down names until I get to 26. Here's the catch on here. It doesn't have to be people that are not already working with you. If I see a customer, I'm writing their name down because customers can order again and you still get, I don't even care if it's within the same 6 months and I don't get SC. You're still getting paid on it. You're still helping someone. Maybe this time around that person can become a coach. So I write down any 26 people as long as it's not the person that popped up yesterday. So I'm looking for not brand new, but not the same person that just popped up. Now, people can pop up twice on the list a week apart, and that's great because it gives me another opportunity to reach out again. Now, when I reach out to them, we're talking about whatever it is they saw. So let's say this girl specifically liked my post about, recently I've been talking a lot about TV and screen time because I have a toddler and we're stuck at home, and right, so that's kind of been my thing lately is how to reduce screen time. And so let's say that's what she liked. I'll message her and say, hey, I saw your name pop up. Gosh, this whole thing has just been like tough being at home. I'm curious, like, what are you doing with your kids? Most of my followers are moms. So we'll start talking about that subject. And from there, what's really important is that I'm still doing that 10% of posts about my Beachbody business, because when I'm talking to these people about TV or potty training, they're watching all the other stuff. Now, I'm not saying that I never invite. I'm simply saying that either the conversation will lead us there and it feels appropriate to invite, And at that point, I won't get ghosted as often, almost never, to be honest. People still tell me no, but it's very rare I get ghosted because I have a relationship with the person I'm talking to. So a lot of times I will get to the point where I'm thinking, gosh, we've been talking for so long, I don't feel weird sending an invite. But when they do say no, it's very much I've been thinking about talking to you about this and I really am interested, but I think I need to wait a couple months and then we'll talk about whatever it is that's holding them back. So it's a very genuine conversation rather than me sending an invite that someone ignores and then thinks, I just don't even want to connect with her anymore. I don't even want to watch her stories because now I feel weird about the whole thing and she's probably going to keep inviting me, right? So I'm really inviting people when they become my warm market. However, I kid you not, you guys, I don't get to a lot of invites because so often people are asking me first because we're talking about the other stuff and then they'll jump in and just say, by the way, I saw your post about this. I need to get Shakeology, or I saw this post about that workout. How do I get that? Most of the time they are beating me to the punch because we're getting so close on all the other stuff. It's also important to know I'm not just like slapping a bunch of pics of my kid up, right? I really am trying to engage in conversation with people about whatever topic outside of Beachbody that's passionate, that's important to you. Really try to engage with people. And then be careful of the folks that do talk to you instead of just saying a thank you. So I get a lot of, oh my gosh, she's such a cutie. Thank you. No, I never do that. So what I'll do is use every single chance someone talks to you as an opportunity to open up a bigger conversation. Go to their page, get to know them, ask a question. If someone comments on a food picture and says yum, I'm really going to try and take that into a conversation rather than just saying thank you. So the trick, you guys, really to not have as many invites is to talk to people every single day. For me, it's 26. I'm talking to a lot of people every single day. And I know when I'm struggling in my business, it's because I fell off on that. Maybe I did 3 days this week instead of, and for me, every day has always meant 6. I always take a day off from the invites, but 6 days a week. Now, follow-ups, the thing about follow-ups is if I have people that are truly interested, then there's another tab on here. And those are the people that now I started using Doe. So I moved them into my CRM tool. But in the past, I would just write their name down. I do dedicate separate time for that because those people showed active interest and I want to make sure that I'm on top of that. And so at the end of the month, when we're getting ready to close out the month or right before my challenge group starts, I'm going to go through that list and I am going to reach out again just to see where we're at with things. So I think follow-ups, it's very important to treat them separate from all of this. That answers your question. Let's see. I want to see if there's anything else that, so I'm gonna just kind of list like 3 things at the bottom that are really important. I mention them throughout all this, and then I'll open it up for questions. The first is it only works if you talk to people daily. This method does not work if you're going to work your business sporadically because people almost expect me to talk to them now. I'm talking to a lot of the same people over and over. We're developing friendships. And so all of a sudden, if I disappear on this, it feels really awkward to jump back into it. So you don't want to take too many breaks from this. You really want to be consistent. I have a lot of new coaches start with 4 days a week, 26 names, 4 days a week. That's kind of our motto on my team. I don't have them jump right into doing 6. 4 days a week is a really good way to start. And I've had coaches on my team really see a boost in that middle, maybe year like into almost year 2, where they're trying to get to like consistent SC20s. Do the 4 days a week and see really good results with this. So I usually have coaches around the 4 days a week. And then if they're really trying to build up, like trying to get to elite, then I say go all in and do the 6 days a week. But you have to talk to people frequently. It cannot be at the end of the month, I'm going to do 26 names. It's not going to work at that point. It only works if you share from your life daily. So you've really got to share stuff in your life. And all of us think, at least I do, I used to always think my life is boring. What am I going to share? We're all moms. Like so many Beachbody coaches are moms. I don't have anything special about me. It's not like such a small, they say have a small niche. The more I thought about it, I'm like, I don't have one. I'm not that, creative. I don't have anything going for me as a mom that's different than everybody else. But I am very passionate about a lot of things. There are certain things that I like to talk about and I want to know what other moms think. all of you guys have something in your life that you're probably thinking is not that important that you're not sharing. So start sharing your life every single day outside of Beachbody, but do it in an engaging way. Is there a TV show you're watching? Post a picture. I did this not that long ago and I was shocked. All I said was, who else is watching this? And it was crazy how many people. It was like an Instagram thing where you can type it in, or, you know, the response. It was like, gosh, it was just like some random show, but everybody has an opinion on it. So it could be really random stuff, but you have to post about random stuff in your day every single day. And then it also only works, the third one, is if you talk about our products daily. So the proof the products work, but that cannot be sporadic either. It's got to be daily. You have to, because here's what happens. When you're talking about the potty training, or when you're talking, maybe you're engaged, you're talking about your wedding to someone else that's also planning a wedding. When you're doing all the things, you know what they're doing behind the scenes? They're stalking everything that you're posting. And so that's when you get them, is when they're talking to you about the potty training and then they're stalking your posts and they're like, gosh, she also does all this stuff. And it's almost like this, oh, but she hasn't even mentioned it, but it's right there. I'm really curious why she hasn't brought this up yet. And they bring it up before I do. So if you're not sprinkling the Beachbody stuff, your Energize, your Shakeology, everything, even pictures of your meals, then you're kind of wasting your time talking to all these people. Okay. And they're not going to come to you because they're not seeing it every single day. Those are the three little important disclaimers at the end. And that's it. I went right through it, and I'm totally open to sharing more if you guys have questions.
Does anyone have any questions? I don't know.
I
If
think
you
I see,
like
there's a
boring.
couple on here.
Yeah, do you want to just pull them out of the chat?
Yeah, so I see. So do you
Okay.
sprinkle and mention the BB into every single post itself? No, definitely not. So I do a ton of posts that have nothing to do with Beachbody, but I do sometimes sprinkle. I mean, but I don't make it a point to sprinkle in every single post. I do put a lot into stories, but still, I'd say 85 to 95% of my 85 to 90% of my stories are not Beachbody. It's just the daily small things like my shake, my workout, sometimes a food tip here and there. Every now and then I'll do like a longer story where you've seen it, where coaches do their story. I'll go back and talk about my entire journey. So that's like a special thing I'll do. But on the daily, it's just those three things really. It's my Shakeology, my Energize, my workout. I'll add a little bit like food pics and stuff, but I don't do a ton. I've been known to have like 20 pictures of my kid before I do a Beachbody post. So, but that's what gets people talking, is that kind of stuff. I mean, I'll film her doing, like yesterday, she was all over my T20 workout. So sometimes Beachbody's in there with it, but not always. Do I invite from stories or just go through my story and see who watched? Right. So I try to, when I do my 26 names, I try to order them in the order of most engagement to least. So the people I want to talk to first are really the people who commented on my posts, right? They're going to go at the top of this list. And then like the next favorable would be the people who are commenting on polls. If it's a fitness or if it's a fitness or a nutrition post, that's going to get priority because they're actually commenting on obviously they're going to get priority. People watching the stories get to the bottom of the list. So if I'm only at 20 and I need 6 more names and I don't have anywhere to go, then I'm gonna go to the people watching. Here's the other thing though, guys, when I do this, I get a lot of people messaging me. I mean, on the daily that are messaging me, not Beachbody, but those are always opportunities to start conversations, right? So I have a lot of folks, because I share so much stuff about mom life. I share all the toys we're currently playing with. I share, everything, where we got hair bows, just stuff like that. And it's not all my child, but it's stuff about my husband and I, stuff in the house. So I share a lot of here's what we're doing. This is what we're using. And so it engages in people and start engaging in conversation with me. So I'm even outside of these 26 names, I talk to a lot of people. I mean, I'd say it's probably closer to 50 because of all the people that message me first that don't even show up on this list. But all these conversations, I don't bring up Beachbody. Most of the time they do. I think the theme that I want you to take away from this is I'm giving people a lot of reasons to talk to me. When it comes to the Beachbody stuff, I have to approach them more, right? Unless they've already gotten to know me, and then they're ready to talk to me. They're coming to me talking about other stuff they're seeing, and then they feel comfortable to bring that up. But I'm giving people a lot of opportunity to feel very comfortable talking to me. So I don't necessarily, I think the theme I want you to take away is I don't send the invite a lot, but I do talk to a lot of people, and you can't get away from that. You can't not talk. In fact, you have to talk to a lot of people if you want to reduce your invites. But it never burns a bridge. That's what I like about talking to people. I feel like these relationships are so strong that's why I was getting a lot of people that I was sending links to, and they would never actually pull the trigger. And I thought, I don't get it. They said they're interested, but it was because it was a lot of me pushing them to be interested. Where in the reverse, this is a lot of people telling me they're interested and they're ready. So it's very common for me to get messages from people that I talked to a week ago about random stuff that will message me and say, hey, by the way, I've really been thinking I need to talk to you. I need help. So they're approaching me, which I never used to get that. And I don't have a big Instagram. I'm not like up there in the thousands or anything like that. So I started Instagram really late. I use my Facebook mostly. But I do get a lot of business from my Instagram because the few followers I have really good relationships with. So I hope that's a good feeling for a lot of you new coaches that, I am able to consistently get between around 20 to 30. And I've had my 50, 60 months, believe it or not, never through paid advertising, never through big IG accounts, just because I just talk to so many people. And that really is like the name of this game. Just be someone that talks to people and has very genuine conversations with a lot of people without thinking, what am I going to get out of it?
I think there is one more in there. I think it might have been my question, actually.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. When you follow up, I'll just ask because I'm already unmuted. But
Yeah.
when you do follow-ups, do you do those daily? Like maybe someday you'll have 5, maybe someday you'll have 10. Like it just depends on how many you have, or do you have certain days where you follow up? I know like there's no right or wrong way to do it. I know we all kind of do it our own way, but I'm just curious how you do it. Because I just like
So
different.
there's a couple ways. So if I'm sending someone a link, I usually give them about 24 hours. I don't really want to hound them. And then it's more of a, hey, I didn't hear back from you. Did you see the link I sent? Something like that.
Yeah.
If I actually sent the link out. Now, if it's someone that shows interest and then they use the line of, let me think about it, that kind of thing, I use Doe and I plug their name in. It's connected to my Facebook and Instagram. And I'll set a reminder. If they tell me, let me think about it, I'll usually set it for 2 or 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't come back to me sooner, that way at least it pops up. Because as much as you can be on top of your business, and you probably know this because you've done this for a while too, it's insane how many people fall through the cracks if you don't manage it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it blows my mind. Like for me, this is my full-time gig. And I started realizing like, I can't believe I still managed to let people fall through the cracks, and I'm so on top of it. So that's why I finally did switch to using a CRM tool, because I felt like no matter what, like I needed something where it was really solid. So now what I do is I plug it into Doe, and if they say follow up with me, or I'll think about it, I'll say 2 or 3 days. Now then I have this group of people that they've been saying they're going to join you for 2 years, and it's like that long massive follow up. I probably follow up with them, that like ridiculous list, maybe every other month or every month or so, just kind of depending, especially if it's like a month that's really moving, I'll push some of those. A lot of times with people like that, I'll actually just tell them, hey, we've been talking for a really long time. When do you want me to follow up with you? I'll just use that line, and that helps me a lot. And I also don't feel like I'm annoying at that point. And most of the time people will say, please follow up with me. And they'll usually say a month or 2. That's what I've noticed.
And do you follow up with that big list like individually, one by one by one by one, or do you do like an email, or do you have some sort of system where you're emailing people?
Yeah, so I use Flowdesk for my constant. You too? Yeah, I just switched actually from constant. I love it.
Right?
It's amazing. So I use Flowdesk, and I do like a monthly newsletter. I do I do recipe shares, and I always do plugs for new, that kind of stuff, like new programs. But if I'm doing like a hardcore follow-up, then it's an individual message to each person.
Mm-hmm.
That's why that only happens once every month or once every 2
Yeah,
months.
that could take days.
Because, it gets to be a little crazy after a while. But yeah, I'm also counting on, a lot of them are seeing those emails and hopefully they'll come to me. But here's the really cool thing too. A lot of those people fall on my 26 names list too. So it sort of forces me to get back in touch with people.
Yeah.
And then this is what I like too about the 26. It kind of tells me out of all of those, that huge list of follow-ups, who's still watching me, right? Because if they're showing up on my 26, they're watching me on some channel, right? On something. And they're on my follow-up list, but they're still keeping tabs on me. So out of all my follow-ups, they're the hotter ones in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Does anyone have any other questions? Sorry, my eye will not stop twitching. It's driving me nuts. So I keep grabbing my eye. Anyone else? Great information tonight for sure. I know it's like something that it almost seems like we should know these things, but sometimes, you forget that you're not, like when you make that transition from like, I'm just using Instagram for fun and to talk to people and I'm not doing it for a business. And then when you become a coach, something kind of changes and you're like, oh, all of a sudden, like, I just can't be a normal person anymore. And that's not true. And I think that this was a great reminder to a lot of people, even like new coaches, you're just getting started. Like, don't forget, like, you are a normal person. Don't forget about the things that you like to share before you became a coach. Don't forget about like the stuff that you enjoy because you're a coach now. Like, that's part of who you are. It's not all of you. And the little things that make you who you are and little things that you enjoy and the things that you like those are the things that, are going to help you find other people who are like you. Because maybe you are just all about working out and that's great, but I doubt that every single person on this call only likes working out and nothing else. Only likes eating healthy and nothing else. I know, because I follow you guys. I see your posts. I know this. So just think about those things and remember, I even have to remind myself too, like, even in stories, like what are some things that normal, quote unquote, normal people share in their stories? So like, I like The Bachelor. If I see something funny, like a Bachelor in quarantine, I shared that video yesterday because I thought it was hilarious. So sharing that or sharing quotes, sharing things that, are TV shows, like you were saying, like things that you like. The stuff on your Explore page, my Explore page is literally like all Bachelor stuff, like all TV shows, all of that. And if I see something funny on there, I always post it in my story because that's what a normal person would do on social media, not just promoting themselves and talking about their team. So always remember to be normal. Lots of dogs and wine and food in the chat. So don't forget about those things. But that was a great reminder for sure.
And I also want to mention, because I know not everybody's a mom, I wasn't even married when we started this business. I was single. I got engaged after I became a coach. I became a mom actually after I hit elite. So you don't need to have a kid to connect with people. I think I've had coaches that are like, oh, well, I don't have a kid. So what? You have so much about you outside of Beachbody. But it will get boring if people are only following you. And Tiger King, you will get so much engagement on anything Tiger King right now. But it will get boring and people will not want to watch you anymore if all you're posting is Beachbody. In fact, I will say it should not be the majority of what you're posting. It needs to be, oh my gosh, that really cool girl that I talked to about Tiger King forever also does Beachbody. That's kind of how people's minds should think about you. Or that gal that I'm going to potty train my kid virtually with, because that's kind of what we decided we're going to do, also does Beachbody. And I think I also want to work with her for that. So just kind of think about, how do people view you? Because they will relate to you so much more if for all the other stuff.
And that's the fun stuff, if we're being honest, right? I mean, all the stuff we do as coaches, working out, drinking our shake, all the Beachbody stuff, that's fun. That's fun in a different way. But like all the other stuff that like we get to talk about that makes us different is more fun to share, and people relate to that more anyway. So awesome. Nails, food, dogs, wine, relationships, Tiger King. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, you're my person. I love it.
If you learned anything today, if you haven't watched Tiger King, you have to, so you have things to talk about. I've only seen 2 episodes, but it's
Your
so,
team is going to be posting like all Tiger King tonight, so I'm going to apologize in advance.
it's so silly. Oh my God. And a lot of people are posting about it too, and I'm just like, I've only seen 2 episodes. It's so silly, but it's pop culture. Like anything that is people are talking about, like, hey, you know, it's what people want to see right now. So paying attention to trends and all that stuff. And they're all just stuck in their houses anyway, watching Netflix. So,
Right.
yeah. Does anyone have any other questions for a speaker tonight? No? I'm going to take a quick boomerang, so don't go anywhere. Maybe my eye will stop twitching by tomorrow, which is driving me nuts here. But let's just, everyone start moving around. Everyone get your phone out, though, because you should all be posting this on your stories, not just me. Even you, Z. No, just kidding. There she goes. She's got her phone. We've all got our phones out. All right. Let me turn my brightness up because I can't see anything. All right, ready? Everyone just start moving around. Oh, I didn't have it on boomerang. I always do that. Hold on. I just took a video. That was awkward. 1 second. All right. Okay. Let's keep moving for those of you who are still doing it. I have that recording too, so that's awkward if you're watching the recording. I apologize. But thank you so much for taking time out of your night to be here with us. We really appreciate it. And I will reach out to you and we'll figure out something because I know you said you switched up your team calls and stuff. So we'll figure out something.
Yeah, I would love that.
Do something for your team.
It was a pleasure. You guys are crushing it.
Yeah, they're killing it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Have a good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.